Hello, Facebook land. How are you? Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. If you're watching the replay, welcome and thank you for watching the replay. Appreciate you taking some time to hang out today. We're going to talk about Black Friday, being an ambassador here with Sprout, the industry report, a whole bunch of other good things that we've been working on behind the scenes here. This is kind of your time. This is just a time for us to hang out. So if you're not watching this live and you're watching the replay, definitely come on back and try and catch an upcoming live because it's just an opportunity for us to hang out, for us to spend some time together, for you to ask questions, so on and so forth. So while this is getting going live and doing your thing, and I'm seeing people coming in here, I'm just going to open up Facebook on my computer so I can see that we are good. And apparently my whole technology setup just doesn't want to work. Don't you love when that works that way? When like you go to log into Facebook and it's like you need to authenticate, and I'm like, I don't understand why I need to authenticate because I'm here every day all the day. There we go. Okay, I can see it now. Okay, we're good. We're here. I can see it, and that's all that I wanted to see was that I was actually live and people could actually see me. So yeah, welcome. My name is Brian Caparici. I am the CEO and founder here at Sprout Studio. I run the team here behind the scenes at Sprout Studio and doing all the wonderful things that the team does for you, for the industry, for photographers. And we have a whole bunch of things going on that we're super excited about. Black Friday is coming. It's around the corner. I'm sure you've been getting the emails that we've been sending out, that Emily's been sending out with all the details. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Black Friday, about the deal, about what it means to be an ambassador this year, how to be an ambassador if you're not already. But before I do, let me share this because this is something that we've been working a ton on, and I'm super proud of the work that we've done on this. This is the industry report. So this is a page, and Emily, who's in the chat, or someone on the team who's in the chat, can drop the link to this for you. Basically, we surveyed, or we sent out a survey to thousands of photographers to kind of ask some questions about 2023, how it was looking, how it was going, how they were feeling, and then also start to project into 2024 and understand what's going on in 2024. What are your fears? What are your concerns? What are your worries? And then also the opposite, like what are you excited about? What are you looking forward to? What are you anticipating? What do you see coming that maybe you didn't expect to be coming? So there's a whole bunch of really interesting discoveries that we found in this report that we've put together. And we definitely want to encourage you to hop on over here, to grab it, to read through it, to share it. Because it's really all about you, and it's all about helping you understand where you're at today, what the industry is looking like today as a snapshot, and then what you can expect moving into next year, 2024. There were some really interesting finds, some really interesting discoveries. And also, there was a lot of similarities with some of the concerns and the ideas and the fears and the worries that you as a photographer were having going into 2024. And so I know a lot of photographers, a lot of the folks that we've been seeing share the content and post about it and give us feedback as they're saying, almost in a way that they feel relieved. Like they feel like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because they were having these concerns, or they were worried, or they were kind of feeling this certain pinch in their own local area when it comes to photography. And to read that they're not the only one to have that same concern is relieving. And so if you haven't already checked that out, I definitely encourage you to go check that out. Someone on the team has posted it. I'm just going to check that we've got it on here. Yeah, we're good. Someone on the team has posted it already in the chat. So go check that out and grab that, read that, share it with your friends, share it with your, maybe not your family, but your friends, your photographer friends. People who aren't photographers probably aren't going to care about it, but share it with your photographer friends and let them know that they're not alone too. And that way we can all kind of spread the lessons. We can spread the sort of the anticipations for what's happening next year. You can share some ideas, some strategies, some tactics, some things that we can all be looking at moving into 2024 because, like I said, there's a lot of similarities. So if you're just coming in now, really quickly, hello, thank you for joining. I'm Brian Caparici. I'm the CEO and founder here at Sprout Studio. We're talking about Black Friday. We're talking about being an ambassador for Sprout Studio. We just talked a little bit about the industry report. Someone on the team has dropped the link to the industry report in the chat below. So if you haven't gone and grabbed that yet, definitely encourage you to hop on over there and grab that. This is what it looks like. This is what you're going to see when you click that link. Go and check it out and grab it and share it with everyone, your friends, your family, your dogs, your pets, everybody you can imagine. Everyone wants to read it, I'm sure. I mean, at the very least, your photographer friends are going to want to read it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Black Friday. So Black Friday is coming up. It's in 3 weeks, tomorrow, I think. Fast approaching. We always have a great deal happening for Sprout Studio. This year is no different. It's our biggest sale of the year. We always run a 25% off annual subscription promotion for Black Friday, where if you are either a new user, meaning that you have never tried Sprout before, whether you are an existing trialing user, meaning you are currently in a trial for Sprout Studio, or whether you are an existing user, meaning that you already use Sprout, you love Sprout, and you're already subscribed, the deal is the exact same for all three of you. So you're going to get 25% off an annual plan when you subscribe. Now, we normally offer this from Black Friday until Cyber Monday. This year, we decided to open up that window a little bit, and we are actually going to be starting that promotion the Monday of the week of Black Friday. So it's going to be a week of Black Friday going right up until Cyber Monday. Now, the reason that we are sharing this and the reason that you're getting this sort of exclusive sneak peek, this insight, this sort of insider knowledge, is because we really want to ask you for your help to spread the love about Sprout Studio to all of your photographer friends. Kind of like the industry report. I mean, you can share it with your family, but they're probably not going to care. You can tell your family about the Black Friday sale for Sprout Studio. They're probably not going to care. I mean, if they're photographers, maybe they will, but there's a good chance that they won't care. But we want you to spread the love about Sprout Studio to your photographer friends, and we want to pay you to do that. So we have an amazing ambassador program that you can sign up for. It's totally free to be involved. Emily from our team can drop the link to that in the chat below. So if you're not already signed up to be an ambassador, go on and sign up. It's super simple. It's super straightforward. There's just one link to go to. You type in your information, and then you can get signed up. And then you can basically spread the love about Sprout Studio. You can share with your photographer friends about Sprout Studio, and you can get paid when they subscribe. And so come Black Friday, photographers are, and we did the numbers on this, and I'm going to maybe slip up on the exact number, but I think it's 4 to 5 times more likely to sign up for Sprout during the Black Friday sale than they are normally. Meaning, if you send folks, photographers, again, not family, not friends, not pets, if you send folks our way, then they're more likely to convert, which means you are more likely to get a commission. So you're going to make more money by referring Sprout for Black Friday, in addition to you also saving your 25% off. So go and sign up to be an ambassador if you're not already. And if you are, then amazing. You've probably already been receiving all the emails and all the details and the promos and all of that. I'm going to show that to you in just a minute about how you can share, what you can share, graphics, swipe copy. We've got all of that stuff ready for you. But we do have a new system that we moved to. It's called Rewardful. It's like an affiliate sort of link management system. Didn't try to create that one ourselves. So if you haven't logged into Rewardful, go and check that out. There is a link that Emily will drop for you in the chat below. Again, if you haven't signed up to be an affiliate yet or an ambassador yet, then you have to go and sign up first, and then you'll have a login. And if you already have a login, then you can go ahead and log in and check out your dashboard. You can grab links from there. You can check your stats. You can see how many people you've referred, all of that good stuff. You can kind of get that all there. So if you are not already an ambassador, then go and sign up. I encourage you to do it because this Black Friday, not only can you save your 25% off, you can save your friends photographer friends, you're 25% off, but you can also get paid for every person that you send who signs up for an annual plan this Black Friday. So it's a win-win-win. There's no downside to it. So might as well go and sign up and spread the love. And that way you can earn back your money and maybe buy that fancy lens or camera or whatever thing that you are eyeing out for Black Friday for yourself this year. Okay. So let's talk a little bit. And by the way, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you like, that's the whole point of these, is to answer questions. I guess I don't even have my chat pulled up here. Let me pull it up. There we go. Or Taylor Swift. Yeah, I can tell who's man in the chat, because mentioning of Taylor Swift, that's definitely not going to be Justin. So let's look at this here. Any other questions? Okay, no questions. Awesome. Scott's Jack, Lejeune, what's going on? I see a bunch of Facebook users. Somewhere there is a link. Emily, I'm going to Slack this link to you just so that you have it, because I think it's you that's in there. I'm going to Slack this to you so that you have it, and have people click this link. So folks, whatever, Justin loves Taylor Swift, of course. Emily's going to have a link. She's going to drop it there. Click the link so that Ecamm, which is what I use to broadcast here, can see who you are. Because right now I'm seeing a whole bunch of Facebook user as names. So click that link and then comment and say hello. So know that you're there. Let's talk a little bit about the promotional graphics that we have. And again, by the way, if you have questions, feel free to ask questions. And there we go. Cool. So these are a whole bunch of resources that our team has put together for you to make sharing the Black Friday deal this year as simple, as seamless, as straightforward as possible. So there's a whole bunch of things. As you can see here, there's banners that you can put on your website. So if you kind of pop that open, you can see there's I'm having all kinds of problems with internet and tech today. I don't know what is going on. This is like Google, and it just does not want to load. Let's see if this does decide to load. Of course not. Why would technology work, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, we got it. Yeah, it's a little bit too close now. There we are. So there's a banner that you can load, and another one that is just going to continue to load. Lovely. There we go. Okay, good. You can pop in your link here as well. So the team has left a bunch of blank spots like this so that you can drop your link in for all of these. So it's really easy for you to use. So that's what we have there on the blog and website banners. We have a whole bunch of Instagram stories that you can grab and swipe and use. Again, I'm just going to have this spinning wheel of death here, which is wonderful. But I'm going to learn not to thumb through a bunch of these and just go one at a time and just show you the first one. But as you can see, there are a whole bunch in here. I think I'm just having some computer problems here today. And I just didn't even listen to my own advice. Isn't that just awesome? Donna's in the house. Hey, Donna. Yeah, this is great. I don't know what is going on here. Give this just a minute. Take its sweet time. There we go. Okay. Someone remind me, don't click the next button, because I'm gonna have that same issue again with Google Drive. So you can see there's a whole bunch of story templates here that you can just download these. You can post them on your own story. You can post your link in here, and that way it's really easy for you to use. We also have swipe copy. So if you want to send emails to folks, or if you want to post in any Facebook groups, we've kind of literally written all these things for you, and all you got to do is copy and paste all these. So copy and paste those. Again, get swipe copy there. We've got emails that you can send out to your lists if you have photographers on your list, or just individual photographers that you know. We have shorter copy for you to use. We have pre-written blog posts. So if you want to do a blog post about Sprout promoting the Black Friday sale this year, there's a blog post pre-written with even suggested titles up here. So we've tried to do a lot for you here so that it becomes really easy for you to share and talk about Sprout this Black Friday. Even this one here, this Instagram post. So we've got graphics with specifically where the post can go in your feed, what it's about, and we've even written copy for you. So all of these, and if you just do a link in bio, or you just say, DM me for my link, whatever the case is, then you can just post these and then have everyone that comes from your link in your social, give them your referral link, and then you can go ahead and get the commission for that. So definitely encourage you to do that, and we tried to make it as simple as possible. Now, if you have any requests, or you have any feedback, or you have any thoughts, or you have any like, hey, it would be really neat if we had ABC to help spread the love this year, or here's some specific questions that we get often from photographers, how can we answer those? Let us know, because we're doing these Facebook Lives for this reason. Like this whole like ambassador hang idea was sort of birthed out of this this need to want to help you and empower you and give you the right kind of tools to help spread the love, to help share about Sprout, and to help you make a greater commission, help you make more money by spreading the love. So feel free to let us know what you think. You're also welcome to leave me a comment, or leave us a comment here. I'll kind of stick around for a couple of more minutes if you have any questions, or you want to. Slack is a verb. I love that. If you have any questions that you want to ask, or you want to sort of get input on about how to talk about Sprout Studio, we just recently launched. I guess actually that is one thing that I can show, although the internet world isn't being very kind to me right now, so I'm doubtful this is going to work. But let's take a look here. If I go into here, I don't have this queued up, so just give me a quick moment. Sprout Studio. Okay, so we have a couple of new tools that we've built for you. Let me go here, full screen. There we go. Share this. So we have a couple new tools that we've built for you. And again, you have to excuse my internet. I don't know what's happening with my internet right now, or my browser. Something's going on. Maybe it's the new Chrome. Didn't Chrome have a new update this morning? I know Emily had said that there was a new update, and like my Chrome is just totally not having fun today. We launched this new tool called Help Center, which has a whole bunch of new resources. So if you're sending new photographers to try out Sprout Studio, there is a myriad of new tools, new options, new onboarding experiences for your photographer friends to take advantage of to better understand Sprout. So if they come in here, there's a whole new onboarding sequence that they would have gone through. There's a whole new tour they would have gone through right after that. There's a whole new set of emails and in-app chats and in-app pop-ups that they would have received. So we're trying to do as much as we can to make the folks that you send our way, the photographers that you send our way, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for them to get in and learn Sprout and love Sprout, and then again to of course make you some more money in those commissions. So if you open up any of these, like let's say that a photographer is like, yeah, I want to learn how to do mini sessions. So we've built a help doc on how to do that. So you can kind of open up this help doc and it shows them exactly how to do that thing. Or if they want to watch a video on how to do it, then they can open up a video and they can watch me explain how to do that. Or if they want a walkthrough, then we'll actually walk them through how to do that thing. So they kind of walk through these things. They kind of have a bunch of little pointers, go here, do this, so on and so forth. And they can actually be guided through these things to not only learn Sprout, to understand Sprout, but also to see how to do these things and see the potential that they can have in their own business. So that they don't have to try and build these things themselves from scratch and maybe not do it the right way or get frustrated or get confused. So all of this is built to make it so that their onboarding is as simple and as seamless as possible. And with that, if I go over to our YouTube channel here, we also have a couple of new playlists, and a lot of these are linked out also in our onboarding email. So your friends, as they are referred by you, will get these emails, and they'll have links to all these already. But we have this new thing called Sprout 101, which is sort of in a way, this and the new Help Center are basically replacing what used to be Sprout School. It's more updated. It's more it's easier to go through. It's more intentional, and it's more up to date, obviously. So these Sprout 101 videos are actually these like little sort of like 3 to 4 minute videos that kind of walk through all the main parts of Sprout and help a photographer understand the structure of how these things work and how things flow, how things move, and how things interact throughout Sprout. We've got one for the CRM components, for email marketing, for orders and invoices, for price lists, for scheduler, and for workflows. So those are great primers, kind of really good basic tools to understand Sprout for someone who's perhaps newer to Sprout, is a little bit more unfamiliar with Sprout, They're just learning it. They want to kind of get up to speed really quickly. That's what the Sprout 101 videos are for. And if I go, can I go back? Yes, I can. If I go back to the Help Center videos, these ones are all the ones that you just saw in Sprout, which are really going to guide them through. If you kind of go through here, you can see there's a video where I basically will guide them through and show them on screen exactly how to do these various things. How do you send an invoice? How do you set up mini sessions? How do you book a client? All of those, we're going to walk them through. So it just becomes really, really easy for your photographer friends to learn Sprout, to get into Sprout, to use Sprout, and then therefore to fall in love with it the same way that you've fallen in love with it, and then convert, and then you will get the commission for that. So there are a lot of new tools like that we've built, and we're continuing to build a lot of new tools. We have a lot of improvements in the making right now. We're working on a lot of fixes, a lot of things that you have been telling us about for a good amount of time. One of the things that you're going to start hearing about and reading about when we launch the Black Friday page, which launches tomorrow, by the way, so that you can read more about it and you can send that link to people, is building AI into Sprout. And we're going to be having that. I can't give dates. I'm not allowed to promise dates. But what I can tell you is that I've played with it and it's really, really cool. So you're going to see some really interesting things coming in Sprout, both for new features. I mean, AI is a big one. We just released workflows, as you know. Otherwise, a big focus of ours is infrastructure, foundation, improvements under the hood, fixes of things that you've been bringing up to us for a long time. So there's a lot of really, really good work that the team has been working on that you are going to be able to enjoy to a Sprout near you coming up, going into the Black Friday season and then beyond, and that your friends can enjoy as they come in and start using Sprout Studio. So if there are not any questions, which I don't see any other ones coming up here, that I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to have this video that's going to be sent out afterwards as a replay. So if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. If you watch live, thank you for hanging out. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if there's anything else that we can do to help you. Oh, I'm seeing Emily here saying sales tips, right? That was actually the initial point of this Facebook Live. So let's talk about some sales tips, because one of the things that I've got a document up here, so give me just a minute to pull it up. One of the things that I'm just gonna go find where it is, where I put it. Hang on. Just talk amongst yourselves while I go and find my document. There it is. Okay, so I have a couple of sales tips. So and when I say sales tips, I mean, let's say that you have, told somebody about Sprout Studio, and they have objections, or they have questions, or they have concerns, or they have roadblocks in their head. We've compiled a list of ways that you can combat those, or ways that you can talk about those. And so I want to kind of just run through what some of those might look like. So let me kind of put this on my screen over here so I can see it and not be looking off camera. Okay, so the first one that a lot of photographers will often ask or sort of combat when it comes to considering a system like Sprout is that they'll say, well, hey, how does Sprout compare to whatever, some other system? And it's a fair question, because a lot of photographers let me get my screen up there. A lot of photographers are looking at a CRM and comparing it to Sprout. A lot of photographers are looking at a gallery system and comparing it to Sprout. A lot of photographers are looking at a calendar system and comparing it to Sprout. The real differentiator is that Sprout does a bunch of things, whereas the other systems do one thing. So what they all do, and is one of the things that we do, but you can do it all in one place with Sprout, whereas with them, you do one thing. So it's not really a fair comparison. It's what I tell photographers. It's like comparing apples to oranges. And a really good way that we've learned to talk about this is, imagine buying into a camera system, let's say Canon, or Nikon, or whatever flavor you prefer. Fuji, I think, would be the one that most photographers should go with. No sponsorship here, don't worry. But let's say Canon, because it's well known. It would be like buying a camera system, and you buy a Canon body, But Canon doesn't make lenses, and Canon doesn't make flashes, and Canon doesn't make batteries, and Canon doesn't make any other accessories. And so what you'd have to do then is buy a Canon body and then go and buy a third-party lens and then buy a flash from a different company and then buy a battery from a different company. Someone's saying Leica. Yeah, I like that. And then buy accessories from a different company. And so you've kind of got this camera system that is a little bit of like a mishmash of a whole bunch of different systems. And like they'll work, but like they're not built from the ground up to work together, and so that's what we call integrations. A lot of companies, a lot of the systems that are out there have integrations, but they don't work fluidly together the way that you would if you had a camera ecosystem that built a body and the lens and the flash and the batteries and all these other pieces. And so Sprout is like that, in that it's an entire ecosystem. All the pieces work together. They're built together. They're meant to go together. Whereas other systems are going to be just one piece of that entire ecosystem, and then you got to figure out piecing them together. So that's how you can talk about Sprout in relation to other systems when you're talking to photographers. Another one of the things is that a lot of photographers will say, "Hey, it's a lot to get in. Like I can't learn. I haven't learned Sprout. It's overwhelming. I don't know where to start." One of the things that you can tell them is that Sprout is a big system. Like it replaces 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces of software. And so to come in and think you're just going to get it like right away is quite honestly unrealistic because it's a big system. And so you have to understand that it's going to take some time, and that's okay because good things take time. And I often like to use the example of, think about the first time. So if you're talking to a photographer that says that, you can say to them, "Hey, think about the first time that you picked up a camera. Did you fully understand ISO, shutter speed, and aperture? And you had this button on the back that said metering, and you're like, I didn't even know what this means. And there's a setting in the camera called white balance, and you're like, the heck is a Kelvin? And then you had another thing that was drive mode and something else that was called focus. And you're just like, focus, like, yeah, I want autofocus. Like, why is it more complicated than that, right? So like all of those things, I think we can all empathize with how confusing photography could have been or was when we first got into photography. And so Sprout is kind of like that, right? Like with photography, you kind of learned it bit by bit, and you practiced and you dedicated time to it, and you learned and you talked to people and you practiced and you got it, and you just got more familiar. And now look at you. Now look at how comfortable, familiar, and proficient you are at using your camera. And that button, is like second nature to you. And so Sprout becomes that way as well. You just have to give it the time. It's not going to you're not going to get in and get it on day one, and that's okay. We have a lot of tools. I just showed you a few of them that are there to help you. We got Sprout 101. We've got the Help Center. We've got great help docs. We have a great team that runs the support department here at Sprout. So there's a lot of resources there to help you, but you have to give yourself some grace. You have to give yourself some compassion. You have to give yourself some patience to just get in and work with it as you can. So that's a way that you can sort of talk about that objection of like, hey, Sprout's too confusing for me. It's like, well, it's okay. Like, let's go backwards. Think about something else that you had learned over the years and how at one point that was confusing too. So you have to just give yourself some grace to walk through that. Another question that we often get and that we often see is about transitioning into Sprout. So like, bringing your old clients into Sprout and setting them up in Sprout. We have a couple of tools available, and so you can tell your photographer friends about that. One is the DIY tool where you're walked through transitioning your clients, and the other is our concierge program, which is where you can pay us to move your clients over for you. So we'll go into your old system, bring them over one by one, and we'll set them up in the new system for you. So that's another option that your photographer friends have for you. Everybody gets a 14-day trial. So that's just like another note that you can tell your photographer friends if they're like, ooh, I'm not sure if it's gonna be the right fit for me. Just tell them, hey, like hop in and start a trial, like check it out. Because it's 14 days for free, no credit card required. You can hop in, kick the tires, see what makes sense for you. We have sample data in Sprout now, so you can kind of hop in and actually see real versions of everything in Sprout, as well as viewing sample features from our website at getsproutstudio.com. So there's lots of demos there as well. So if you have photographers that are kind of putting up these walls as you tell them about Sprout Studio, those are some ways that you can combat those. So if you have any other ones that you're like, hey, I always have this question, then let us know and we can cover one of those in an upcoming Facebook Live. That's all that I have for today. The replay for this will be emailed out to all ambassadors. Again, if you're not already an ambassador, I encourage you to hop on over. Emily can drop the link to the ambassador page down below in this chat. So go and sign up to be an ambassador so that when you tell your friends, when you tell your photographer friends about Sprout Studio, you can earn a commission when they sign up for Black Friday this year. And again, you have the opportunity as well to save 25% off your annual plan. The Black Friday sale is running from the Monday before Black Friday, so the entire week of Black Friday, all the way up until end of day on Cyber Monday. So that is the entire window that we have the Black Friday sale running from. So make sure that you take advantage of that sale and make sure that you are signed up to be an ambassador and that you're telling all of your photographer friends to also take advantage of that sale. That's all that we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for spending some time together, and we will see you guys very soon. Bye for now.